Sound check good. Time to make the posts. And here we are. Welcome. Welcome once more to what will perhaps be the last of these Slay the Princess streams. Oh god. Oh god. That's gonna look terrible on my on the stream. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me make sure that this didn't break the stream. Look, occasionally my monitor has problems, and it's never happened during a stream before. Okay, it looks good. It looks fine. We're cool? We're fine? Alright. So, let's just get to the main screen here. And here we are. Let's get my chair in a slightly more comfortable position, my creaky-ass chair. And this will be maybe the last Slay the Princess stream. We're playing the Pristine cut. We're trying to see some of the new content. I'm going to go for some of the new routes. We have done 3 of 5 routes for a playthrough. And so, ideally, we're going to get both of them, and we're going to get the last 2, and head to the end game. This has been a lot of fun. It's given me some stuff to think about. I kind of have toyed with the idea of making a full main channel video about this game. And I'm feeling a lot better about that now. And I'm hoping that what we're going to see today is going to be some of the inspiration that we're going to need. And overall, you know, boy, it's been a hell of a Tuesday. So I'm ready to do something a little more enjoyable, which is to say, get gaslit by beautiful women.
You're on a path in the woods.
Narrator.
And at the end of that path,
I always know exactly what to
is a
say.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so I know that the other 2 new routes. Last week we did the new 3rd chapter after the prisoner called The Cage, and that was pretty good. And I know that there's a new 3rd chapter to the Spectre, the Ghost, whatever the Ghost one is, and a new 3rd chapter to the Damsel. We're going to try to do those. I think we're going to do the Spectre first and see what we find. We've thoroughly explored. I'm probably going to skip a little bit some of the early stuff because we've all seen this so many times before. Watch my old streams if you want.
That's the spirit.
So this is our Stone Cold Killer run.
You make your way up. A warning. We're not going to ignore.
Yes. We've heard that a million times before.
The interior of the cabin is the blade.
So.
You take the blade from
the
table.
We're getting the ghost.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Previously, we've gotten
the door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yeah, we've previously gotten the moment of clarity, the cage, and the apotheosis. Yeah, the apotheosis was frickin' great. I maybe some other time we can go back and check out the new Den and the new Fury, but...
Don't let it fool you.
Right, this is a Stone Cold Killer run.
Good.
We're not
You're
saying
still
anything.
Listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Sekiro quote.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
God, her fucking surprise in this scene always cracks me up. Especially this next line.
Oh,
It's like, ah, shit, I didn't think you really would.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Or she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
I know there have been more than a couple people that have gotten this as their very first route. And especially if you do this on your first run, like, the game just ends. And it's so fucking funny. People who are real rule followers, I guess. God, when the Pristine cut, like, when it dropped in the Reddit thread, there was some guy that was like, yeah, I bought the game. I muted the voice acting because it annoyed me. I finished the game in 15 minutes. I don't really see what the big deal is. Like, you have to admire the simplicity, honestly.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. What's done is done, and there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days.
This is exactly what we were doing to get to the cage.
Years or even decades. It's all or once. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
I think Shifty intervenes if you choose
Really?
this one.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out.
This is way ballsier than the ending of the Prisoner chapter, because I mean, as far as you know, you're just going to die. At least in the Prisoner chapter, you know that you come back. Cat, please? No.
Do you hear that?
Sorry,
it wants
my cat's
to take
walking
this
around.
happiness away from you, do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is don't you dare. Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
He's so bitchy with the narration in this part.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
OMG, it's God
You're
one.
on a path in the woods.
Yeah, I don't stream
You're
much. Honest, I'm actually at a kind of persistent rate right now of one set of streams per year. I streamed this game last year, and I streamed like some shooters year before. I just kind of do it as I feel like it, which evidently is once per year. So, yeah, so you can find the archives of all my previous streams on this channel, but we are just going through some Slay the Princess right now, looking at some new content from the new update. And we are going straight to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
She will lie, she will cheat.
She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself.
Oh, I forgot
feels
about the
dead.
piano and the music of this
If the
section. It's
princess
so
lives
good.
here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That's uncertain. My cat is very determined to find her way into my lap right now, even though my mic is sitting on my desk, and it's just a very awkward situation overall. I apologize for any weird noises. Maybe I should get a face camera so I can feature Reese on stream.
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
I love that a lot of the time the narrator sounds like he's reading off a script, and you can sometimes hear his reactions to what he's looking at. Just like, wait, what? That's not what's supposed to be on the piece of paper.
Okay. She's definitely dead.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
So cute.
Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I've received some hints on how to get to the new chapters. Nothing about the new chapters themselves, but that will give me a little bit of direction, because last week's stream was a little aimless.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Man, there's a lot of dialogue options.
I want what you took from me. A life. A real life. I just want to go home. Away back to where I belong. This place won't let me leave. At least not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything will be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things. It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
The ghost is very underrated. I like her.
After all, you own me.
Hey.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
It'll just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin.
If I'm able to. But for
Oh
all
my
we know,
God,
that's
this
not how it
face.
works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long time.
This is the cutest pose that the spectre has. It's so playful.
Don't much like the sound of that. It's crowded enough in here as is. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
Fuck it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor, are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Ooh, the lore.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Isn't that an interesting idea? I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that? Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
After all that, you're really just going to stab me again?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it.
Do it.
You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart. The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
I don't want to die in here.
Your skin roils
skipped.
and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Yeah, this is such a horrifying betrayal, honestly.
If only I could drag you with me and make you understand. But that's not the way things get to go for me, is it?
It would certainly be interesting. Though being dead does sound dull. And you are about to be dead. Again.
Get away from me, you cold little freak!
You feel a dull tear, like strips of meat being delicately peeled from bone. But it doesn't matter how delicate the hands, if you are the meat. You have been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you have been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget at first, but then you forget the pain.
We were so close to leaving, and now look at you. Look at me. Is this what you wanted?
The words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers? Is that me? Is that what I look like?
Oh, you're here too.
Oh, fuck. Did I get, like, separated and, like, joined with her while the other voices are in my old body?
Maybe trying to slay me was for the best, if it means you could leave those other voices behind. The two mean ones, at least. I feel kind of bad for the nice one. But we probably shouldn't think about them too much right now. They're a mess, and I don't think we can fix them. No point in worrying over messes that can't be fixed.
Gurgling liquid bubbles up from the open pockets in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue speech requires.
Wait, if we need to leave together to get out, this could still count. We have to try before your body stops being alive.
I'm sorry I stabbed us.
It's okay, I'm sure you had your reasons, but I think we have to leave now. Come on, let's...
You are seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet, and you are alone. This is what you deserve. This is what you deserve. This is what you deserve. This is what you deserve.
Are you still there? Am I alone again?
Oh, this music. Still here.
Then at least I won't be lonely. It's nice to hear your voice. I mean, think your voice?
You're not mad at me, are you?
I don't know why you did what you did, but it's hard to be mad when you're just as stuck as I am.
You're different. Your whole mood is different.
I'm just trying to make the best of things. You could always make the best of things too, if you want. We both have a chance to start over. Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that feels... right. I never wanted to be your enemy.
Let it go. Hi there, Dat Blue Hearts. Welcome. We're being sad right now. Are we still a ghost? Are we ghost? You are the princess.
Maybe? It's like, sometimes we are and sometimes we aren't. Like, we're something in between ghost and... not ghost.
If we're both here, then what happened to the others?
I don't know. I hope they're okay. Some of them, at least. I didn't like the one that kept bossing you around, and that quiet one kinda gave me the creeps. I liked that last one, though. He was nice. I hope he's okay.
You're a ghost? Yeah, it's this route, you seem to, like, merge with the ghost. This is one of the new routes with the Pristine cut. Cat, you are sitting right in front of the screen. Thank you. How are we supposed to get out of here?
I wish I knew, but I think we're probably stuck here until something happens.
Life is an NPC. We just wait for something to happen?
Well, that's what I've always done. start back at the beginning. My beginning. This is what happened to me last time.
This is one it was like last time I died. Last time I died, I got a title card.
I've never gotten a title card. What did yours say? Well, the first one is sweet.
Oh, God. Get your laughs out.
Look, it would have been very sweet if things didn't turn out so violent. But that doesn't mean that things can't get better from here. I think we need a new title card, though. How about Chapter 3, The Princess and the Dragon?
Ooh.
Thanks. I thought it would be fun.
The click of a latch and creaking hinges muffled. Something is here.
I guess you made it back here.
The gaze turns back to your hands. They flicker once again.
We're still all wrong. It's like you don't really know what we're supposed to be.
Oh, I just noticed that our cursor is different. It's the ghost hand rather than our weird bird hand. A thump on the floorboards above, and then another. The scraping of metal against a surface. The flickering in your body stops. You are solid.
I know that sound. That's the knife. I guess it's hard to do anything without it.
Creaking hinges once again, but this time clear. Closer. Where's the princess? Homie, we are the princess. We got this route when we got to the ghost, so first just stab the princess straight away. Chapter 2, she's a ghost. Let her possess you and then kill yourself. And that seems to like merge you with her, so I don't know what's happening next. I wonder if like the other voices are piloting my old body now. Am I gonna say anything? Silence.
I guess not.
Movement on the stairs.
Thump, thump, thump.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Then a figure emerges, shrouded in feathered darkness, the world trailing behind it, its shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. It stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. What am I?
You? You've always looked like this. You're scary sometimes, but looks only matter so much.
So according to the princess, this is what you always look like. I imagined fewer wings. I imagined 2 wings at most. Yeah, that's what the hero looks like. Hello? But you say nothing.
Are you trying to say something out loud? I don't think you can do that while you're in here with me. So, here we are again. I'm back in chains and you have your knife. So, what are we going to do?
This sounds like the voice that she has in the finale. The head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive? Suspicious? Hostile? Its emotions are unreadable.
I guess we could just stare at each other?
This is the first somewhat clear look that we've gotten at the player. The silence holds. Why am I being so quiet? Is it because I'm not there?
No, I don't think so. You've always been a little quiet.
Maybe long quiet? I probably could have come up with a better pun with more time. I apologize.
I can't hear what's going on in there anymore now that I'm back in my own body. Do you want to share your thoughts? It'd only be polite, really.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
Hero. Damn it. But Hero is... voice of the hero is... Oh man, he raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now.
Or is that maybe the narrator talking? Imagine the hug. We'll save that for the Thorn route, or when we get to the new Damsel route. We're doing that after this. Silence as the figure continues to stare with a wild grin, but it does not act. Now, I believe the internal voices in the narrator are the same voice actors, so that does leave it a little bit ambiguous which one is speaking.
How dull. We've already had our discussions in private. I'd rather not keep listening to the rest of you run in circles, repeating the same arguments again and again and again. It was so much more interesting when we had someone to mediate.
So that's Voice of the Cold. He's got the blue texts. I'm not sure who the orange text was. Maybe it's someone new.
I'm sorry. Did you just share privileged information with the enemy?
That's got to be the narrator.
Well, it isn't privileged anymore, now is it? Do we really need all this secrecy?
And that sounds like Voice of the Cheated. Cheated and Paranoid are a little similar. And no, that's definitely Cheated.
No, we don't. Yes we do. Sidebar, everyone. Now. Chop chop.
Silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself. There is no response.
Excuse me.
Teresimas. Nothing.
They're not listening to me.
Be more
You're
assertive.
right. No more nice princess for them. I'm going to speak my mind. Hello?
Silence.
I'm trying to say something.
Silence again. Shit.
Hey, I said I'm talking now. Will you listen to me?
So you are, and very loudly. Do you have something to say?
Oops. I mean, yeah. I already know about all that privileged information because he's in here with me.
Oh, how very interesting. Yeah, that changes things, doesn't it?
Oh, there's Voice of the Hero.
Doesn't it? Oh, it changes things, all right. We get to take out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Fucking shut up,
Wait,
Crow.
From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy? Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
And are you doing this?
Why are they trying to kill you? Because the narrator's a fucking jerk.
Oh, I most definitely am.
Oh, God. You feel small as the monster in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this. Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Yeah, maybe that's not the narrator speaking. Doesn't quite sound like him. It's one of the new... So it's some new voice. It's a little confusing, yeah. Princess and the Dragon, he does look like a dragon.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. And then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. Ugh. You feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest, but you can feel something else too. Fear as your legs wobble, Then, as...
Princess collapses against the wall.
How dare you!
See? That was easy. It was too easy. It felt bad.
Oh my god, how could you make me do this?
Don't feel bad. Life is all about taking the easy wins. You don't think the people at the top got there because they worked for it, do you? I mean, of course they did. Hard work is important. Yeah, hard work often goes unappreciated. Why bother? Yeah, screw hard work. I guarantee you that anyone who's anyone has done nothing but take shortcuts.
She looks more like hurt and offended than dying.
Am I supposed to find that impressive? Of course you are. I got us here, didn't I? Yes, everyone's very impressed with your accomplishments. But in case you hadn't noticed, she isn't dead yet. So how about you finish this before you start celebrating yourself?
What are you waiting for? You won, didn't you? Not that it's hard executing a helpless captive.
It's good to be back, boys.
Are you... The blade tumbles uselessly from your hands and clatters to the floor. You're different, aren't you? You're back! Just as I intended! I was never cut out for leadership, really.
Oh, opportunistic piece of shit.
Oh, it's you in there now, isn't it? I thought it got a little quiet. What happens now?
My video is delayed. What do you mean by that? Is there a desync?
Leadership, really.
Oh, opportunistic piece of shit.
Oh, it's you in there now.
Tell me if anything further happens at Blue Hearts. I'm not seeing any indications of something going wrong, but yeah. Alright, we're doing it right. Leave together, hand in hand.
Absolutely not. I don't think there's much you can do about it if that's the choice he makes. But no, I think I'd like to see what happens.
Okay, I'd like that. But we still have to get me out of these chains. I know that dropping the knife was like this big symbolic gesture for you, but we still need it, just for a minute. You should give it to me, though. What if you using it kicks you out of your body again?
Okay, listen. I know you're in charge again, but this is obviously a trick. We can't trust her. We literally just stabbed her. Someone's gonna have to take a leap of faith eventually.
Oh my god, Cat, please. You know, I've been having thoughts about making a video about this game, and what I think I want to be the opening line is what the princess says in Chapter 1. Whatever happens, whatever you and I have going down here is about trust.
Fine, whatever. You stoop to the floor and pick up the pristine blade, only rather than using it for your intended purpose, you... Go on. You hand it to the princess, who gingerly cuts herself free from her bindings. You maniac. And then what happens? Then, as her chains clatter to the floor, she turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No. You need the blade to deal with her.
When is there a window?
I'm so glad that's behind us. Come on, let's get out of here.
She reaches forward and takes your hand in hers before excitedly pulling you towards the basement stairs. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know? You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with. Ugh, whatever. It's delicate and tender. Ah, so even through everything, she hasn't forgotten what it's like to have a heart. That'll do. two of you rush up the basement stairs together. Ugh.
Oh, the look that she's giving us is now so much funnier that we know exactly what we look like. You know, all of the fan art of the hero up to this point, he's been kind of like a hunky avian man. You know, like a big, strapping, broad-chested guy covered head to toe with feathers with two big, cool-looking wings. No, we are a terrifying, like, blended mass of wings and darkness and grinning, toothed beaks. Like, what the fuck? But you know, Slay the Princess is a game about true love in unexpected forms. Did she always have her crossed on the chest, or is it just me? That she got that from when we killed her in Chapter 1. Anyway, this is a game about true love. And she loves her disgusting bird husband.
Welcome back, by the way. Yes, we all missed you so very much. I missed you the most. You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you step through that door, you're damning every single person alive. You do realise that, yes? Who cares?
One last door, and then we're free.
This feels a lot like one of the game's endings.
I'm down a hand, so you'll have to be the one to open it.
Twist the doorknob in your hand.
Oh my god.
And step forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted.
Oh, this might be better than the thorn.
I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
Bye-bye, Narc. But he doesn't finish his thought. We're disappearing entirely, and you find yourself free any of the regrets that he wished upon you.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be happy, but I think I am. I just didn't realize that being happy would feel so cold.
We'll have our time in the sun, baby. Your peace does not last, nor can it ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we... Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I believe there's an achievement for, like, telling telling the voices that they're all about to die every route. And then getting a certain ending after that, but no, we would never. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. At the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
You think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Your thoughts on this vessel?
This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
Do you think there's anything real out there? Do you think we are real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, Nothing can't exist.
Ask her about the narrator.
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He definitely does.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more do you need?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Let's go.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path, you're here.
That was good. That was real good. How we doing on time? I think we might be good to just gun for the end. Great, let's do it. So the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go for the new final chapter for the damsel. So we're gonna go a little bit quickly. So please bear with me, just to get to the damsel route as fast as possible. What ending we're getting next? Yeah, just said. Stream delay. Don't mind me.
You make your way up. A warning. She will... We're not going to go... Ignore him.
Let's go. Now to do this, we need to not get the knife.
The interior of the blade.
Into the basement.
The door
This is
to
the only time in
basement
this
creaks open,
run that I've gone without the
revealing
knife.
a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all...
Checking in, honey.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
I believe the damsel does give you the smitten.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
She's beautiful.
I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Alright, let's go straight for it.
You're only making this more difficult.
How about you, princess?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here in...
Yeah, check upstairs, honey.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
Is someone else here?
Well,
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in...
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
oh boy, here it comes.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Or we could use it to free her.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, You place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Look at me, those big ol' eyes.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
I don't know who Sin is.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your
Murder
body
drums.
steps
I've
forward
heard of
and
that.
raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No, I won't slay my honey. Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Remember that those big ol' anime eyes are looking at the eldritch bird monster that we just saw in the last chapter.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
She looks flatter in this drawing. I don't know what less shaded.
We both know this isn't you.
Yeah, logically, we should not be looking eye to eye with her. Now, I guess the princess changes shape between chapters, so maybe the hero does too. That, or the much funnier idea is that, like, we have no frame of reference, but this princess is actually like 8 feet tall. That's a funny thought.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
I like the fully animated version of this scene that goes into the trailer.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture.
Which
Two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Oh god, now I'm imagining the hero like crabbing around on all fours.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
It can't just end like this, right?
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark.
And you die.
And you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path. You're here to...
I have to take this option every time, though. You ever get that feeling of deja vu?
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you... If he doesn't remember what happened, then... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Smitten.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Black Tabby retweeted reposted something on Blue Sky. Someone's like, slay the princess is like, you're going to an assassination, but you're like loading up a clown car every time you do it.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Absolutely.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's go.
A warning. She will lie.
She will lie, she will cheat,
We already
etc.
told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
It would be very funny to hear this guy during that chapter where we're outside of our body.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
We never acknowledge how the cabin looks so much different from the inside than the outside.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Smitten is just a huge simp. I believe they prefer the term chivalrous. Okay. I think we can do this without the knife. Imagine this Smitten during the jungle chapter. I have not done the jungle chapter. I'm gonna finish the game without it, but I might go back for it later. No blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
The Smitten is just an accurate representation of this game's fan base.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Although, oh god, I don't remember which voice it was, but last stream when we got to the cage chapter, I loved the one voice saying like, yeah, we gotta go check on the missus.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Again, keep in mind what we actually look like.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
She's so airheaded.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
The damsel is like... You ever meet someone with one of those really tiny dogs that clearly has just nothing going on upstairs? Like, one of my cousins has this dog. The thing's like 5 pounds. It's itty bitty. And you pick this thing up and you look into its eyes and the lights are on but nobody's home. And that's what the damsel is like. She's just... Oh, you can hear the echoes of every word that goes into her ears. Rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains.
Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
She's waiting for her true love.
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess,
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Oh, she smothers us all right. Sorry,
If
I'll
only
stop.
had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Got our whole lives ahead of us.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually.
Again, I think I know what's coming, but...
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Damn. Sorry.
Oh no!
My
Did someone
cat
lock
is in
us
my
in
lap
here?
and she's
That's
turning
not
around
fair.
and around.
We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Kent, did you just fart? Jesus.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Leave this to the men, honey.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
Just being a... If you've never watched Jello Apocalypse's Sky Pirate Girlfriends, yeah, I'm definitely referencing that rather than just being a horrible misogynist.
Place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
I'm not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
That sounds like a new recording session. So I believe, based on the intelligence that I've received, that this is how you get to the new route, is to stay here.
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we need is each other. That's exactly what I just suggested. Was it not romantic when I suggested it? Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening. You answered me.
But the door's right there. We can just leave.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she not wooed by our proclamation of love? Are we not enough for her? She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a solution. It isn't anything. It's a non-answer. It can't be done.
We can be happy here. We just have to want it.
But we would have to be here forever. I don't know you.
Uh-oh, the facade is starting to crumble.
This is really what you want, though, isn't it?
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
She doesn't seem happy about this. But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she? I don't know. She has a point. She doesn't know us. No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess. If we just say the right things. If we just showed her the contents of our heart. She'd be happy here.
I'm not liking your tone of voice, Smitten.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that. Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know?
I suppose I can't stall forever. You plunge your
Jesus.
nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no! What are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
Yeah, I'm in charge here.
And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch.
What the fuck?
Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened, threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
That's the texture of the long quiet. Alright, this is getting interesting.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh, he said a change of decor. I wonder if he's like taking us into the long quiet.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something. It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Happily ever after. Epilogue.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Alright.
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Now, he's clearly disorientated. I'm sure all this new info is going to come as quite a shock to him. Best if we're gentle. And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! Thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, Smitten clearly knows something we don't. Also, the prince... Okay, so this is his new decor. He's built stained glass windows of the princess everywhere. Holding our heart.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only
Shit. The only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you came from, meaning you doomed an entirely other reality, but I'm sure you're so well-traveled that you know that, right?
Well, we know that now, thanks to you. We're all so lucky to be stuck with, working with someone so well-informed. You can count on us to do things right from here on out. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Doesn't matter if the blade's here. We didn't use it last time. And the time before that, she used it to kill us.
Now that is some fine reasoning. Who cares about the blade? I think you're right. We're better off without it. It's not like it's ever been important. Of course, the blade's important. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
Hey, where's Voice of the Smitten? He was here last time. It's not like him to be this quiet.
Yeah, he was a bit of a loud one, wasn't he? Is he okay? We're better off without him, if you ask me. One less opinion we have to contend with. Plus, he's the one who got us into this whole mess. Is that so? Maybe there is hope for you after all, free from the bad influence of your missing friend. You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like. There is no door, there's a mirror. No, there isn't. Now this is tricky. My eyes say there's a mirror, but my brain says there isn't.
Did my chat get blocked by me chatting too much? I still see you, Dat Blue Hearts. I don't know if anyone else watching would, but I still see you. I see Church of the Princess, Wait, Where's the Smitten, and did my chat get blocked? Yeah, you're still here.
Look,
I'm not perfectly responding to everything, but
raise your
I
hand.
appreciate you.
I'll guide
I really
you
do.
where it needs to go. You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone.
I'm just glad we can all agree on a shared reality.
And then you push the door open. Marvelous. We can proceed.
Kagurabachi reference?
It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably...
No, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Don't worry about it, boss.
You're doing great. I'm not, but I appreciate the encouragement. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat.
He's been broken,
to
yeah.
reality.
We threw the poor guy off of his
It's
script.
in her very nature. Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
Hello there, Moist Cherry.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Oh god, it's the domestic fatigue, princess.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice. Gotta say, I'm with him on this one, boss. When have nice things ever been a problem? That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay? This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry,
really get married? I don't know.
courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the centre of the room. The princess, seated at its far end.
What on earth is it? Oh, I wonder if that's the spectre of the smitten that's over her. It kind of looks like our shape. Yeah, I agree. I think we found smitten.
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck. So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Yeah, that is easy, isn't it? So, where's the rush?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
The flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake,
Interesting.
it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Am I ever? Look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king.
You got any seeds?
Yeah, and after everything we've been through, we could use a break. More than that, we deserve a break.
Eat.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
Yeah, so us being the bird person, with the eldritch wings, and her having a stand, which of us looks freakier at the table?
This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. A good meal is still a good meal, and we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy. And then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all.
I'll be back.
It'll be
See you
perfect
back
if
in a
we
moment.
just do it again.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work always improves the taste. Does it? Because it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Welcome back, Dapper
Again.
Hearts.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating.
I know, food being ruined like that is tragic.
Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife.
Oh, your cat has joined you too. Mine kept on. You probably heard its meows over my mic.
As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Oh god, is Smitten turning into an incel? I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you said what you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Is she talking about a real voice? Like us? But we're at the head of the table. We should be in charge. Is he more powerful than we are?
Hey, Shadow, don't you have anything to say?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. Giving us the cold shoulder, I say, asserting his dominance in the power structure. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me. But he wants me to ask, isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do? He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
This isn't fair. If I could just talk to him for 2 seconds, I'm sure we could sort this out and figure out a balanced power structure that works better for everyone. But no, he's decided he's above talking to little guys like us, huh? But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat. There will be no getting up. There will be no attempts to slay her. At least not for now.
Something's holding me down.
The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need. He just wants us to be happy.
Do we actually have everything we need? Because it doesn't feel like it. Feels
Like we've been given everything someone else has told us we wanted. But it isn't what we want.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is awful.
This is
Isn't it
depressing.
great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realize how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have. Yeah, sure.
Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
She's being defensive. And we all know being defensive is a sign of weakness.
Alright, I need to take like a super fast bathroom break. I will be back in a GIF. I'll be back in a GIF. You won't even know I'm gone. Be right back. Alright, back in the swing of things. Saying this early because of the delay, but welcome back. Yes, that means you are right on time, Dat Blue Hearts. I think the delay you're talking about is just that there's naturally a delay between anything that I say and the rest of the stream hearing it, so even though chat is transmitted to me instantly, yeah, it takes maybe 5-10 seconds for it to reach everyone else. Just that there's okay. Whew. Okay, back to Slay the Princess. Domestic Abuse Edition? Oh god. Tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
You could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
You can open your eyes. I'm still here.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Whatever we had between us wasn't real. This is real.
I don't know what this is.
Find out.
Me too. And I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, and little
yes,
clammy,
rip smitten, and honestly,
but her
good
skin
riddance,
against
Jesus.
yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? He's right, you know. You're giving us some real mixed signals, boss. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Now that is interesting. Okay. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that. I wonder if the narrator seeing that scene of the two of us just engaged in that endless cycle of unthinking bliss. Because, I mean, that's essentially what the narrator's happy ending is supposed to be. I wonder if that's what made it sink in, that that's not really what he wants.
Well, this is less work for us anyways. Think what you will. I'm done fighting. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
Let me just double check. What's the control to look without the interface? Hide interface, okay. Look at that. That's good. We've gotten some great, like, true happy ending screenshots in this playthrough. They could sell a print of this like the one that they did with the Thorn.
He's really gone, isn't he?
No boss anymore, no one left to tell us what to do. I guess we'll have to be our own boss then. About time.
The stars are so beautiful.
Dance. Quiet moment passes over you. Comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, she gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into a graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Oh, the hands are coming, but just give us a moment. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile, widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretched to their limits only for the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers, holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
It might be my internet, Blue Hearts. I'm sorry. But the VOD should be stable.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. I'm going to do it at least once.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
You'd better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
Approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. What are you?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. Was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
Met you many times. Have you been the same you all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon.
You're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
In one of my lives, you doubted yourself. You thought that all of this was wrong.
Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
Yeah, the talking animation is a little weird, but I think it's kind of intentionally surreal. If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Are you a god, or were you?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you, and I made her, and I made this place to hold you both.
What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
It's $26 on Xbox. I would consider it worth it. I don't know if it's any cheaper on PC. Any PC can run this. You made this. I just want you to know this sucks. You made me kill my wife.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
Why are you suddenly being so open?
Her nature is to become what others perceive her to be. If you actually knew what she was, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
Lie. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Yeah, wishlisted on Steam, Dead Blue Hearts. It'll let you know if it goes on sale. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Yogg-Sothoth, I'm home. So I hear this encounter has gotten updated a lot since launch. There she is.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
When will you stream again after the stream? I'm not sure. If I do, it'll be next week, either Monday or Tuesday. Pay attention to my Twitter or Blue Sky. I will post it there. There's the wifey.
It's been so long.
Fuck, this
and my
music
heart
is
has
so
ached
good.
For this moment, I've missed you dearly.
Missed you too, honey. It's been a year. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and patiently waits for you to continue. You know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
I fucking love that line. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
You were always going to become this. What was the point in me doing anything? Does it even matter what roads I walked? All of them would lead to this moment.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh my
Picture of a
god.
life and a picture of a life and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
Okay, this has gotten, You can reject her perspective, argue your independence, reject her authority, or appeal to your shared humanity. Or you can address this vessel's statement directly. we shared there was agony, but it doesn't have to be like that. We can find a way to make things better.
What we saw was a world without me. Everything will be okay, so long as we leave together. What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match.
Does what you choose in this part matter? I know at least one way that it matters. I have not played this game since it released, and I know they've changed this shifting mound since then.
I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you, and together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
I do find it very hard to, contradict her in this scene, because I kind of believe she's right about everything. I wish I could leave with you now like we did then.
Then leave with me.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. A tiny island caught between the death of the old and the birth of the new. But you did not go quietly. You spat in the eye of that which would claim godhood, and through that defiance, you bound us both together. Without me, there are no externalities to resist. And without you to resist me, there can be no externalities. It is struggle that carves meaning into consciousness.
It's the apotheosis, baby. There's a red option. Even when you become a shadow of a god, you are still bound by my will. I denied you apotheosis then, and I will deny you apotheosis now. We both made each other worse.
We changed each other. Are you not happy with who you've become? Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye.
God, those animations are amazing.
It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But together, we left it all behind, and found a world free of burdens. We found the beauty in accepting our dance. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
No matter what we did, we kept trapping each other again and again and again.
And yet here we are, bound only by our final shackles. It will have all been worth it once we're finally free. There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
I still haven't found the route to the prisoners, chapter 3. Yes, it took me a while to figure out. I eventually had to look it up, I have to say. It's a little bit obscure. You have to let her cut her own head off, but then leave her there.
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude
and thrust it on creation.
You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Clash between you abates. You begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center.
That's another amazing line.
Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Oh boy, I'm pretty sure if I choose this last option, that's how you unlock the ability to go into the cabin. I also just kind of feel like, man, sometimes you just gotta be with the wifey poo.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free. She is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is.
Everything, just like it always has been, and just like it always will be.
My bae, my boo, my eldritch wife. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Fuck. Oh, what a game. Oh. Oh god, this... 10 out of 10, maybe? Ugh. I feel like I need to explore more of that final encounter, because I've always felt that the final encounter didn't have quite the flexibility that other parts of the game do, but still, god, the catharsis. It's... Oh, they said it right in the opening screen. This is a love story. Yeah, Dark Blue Hearts, I think next week. I'm not going to do a whole new playthrough, I don't think, but I have a save where I want to do the with the gray. I haven't done that yet. Oh, this is the live versions of the songs. Yeah. We'll do the den maybe and the gray. So that'll include the jungle one because I have not seen those before. Is it possible this is going to be my game of the year 2 years in a row? Yeah. Although Factorio Space Age is also put in a strong claim. Yeah. And even if you're not able to watch live, you can go to the live tab on my YouTube channel and see all of the streams. You can see all the ones I did this year. You can see all the ones that I did last year. Okay, a couple of the, I want to check up on some of these soundtracks. What Once Was One, that was the one for the Princess of the Dragon, that was incredible. I Meant It, that was also really, really good. I understand the struggle because of school. I have been there. Yeah, so if you can't watch live, feel free to watch the VOD, as I said, on the live tab. Banger. Certified banger. Black Tabby have done it again. Maybe I should check out Scarlet Hollow. Because if it's anywhere near as amazing as this, might be a brand new favorite. Anyway, thank you for those of you that tuned in. Fantastic experience. Loved sharing it with y'all. Take care of yourselves. And you might see me for another stream. You might see me for video. Not soon, but I'm fairly certain I want to make a video about this game. I just got